So tip number 4, let's start to talk about the other stuff. What are some of the other things that you miss out on when you go from an office-based team to going to a remote team? Well, number 1 would be social time. It's very important for you to find a way to recreate your social events that would normally happen in an office environment or in a face-to-face work environment and have them happen virtually. So what might that look like? Well, what's your virtual version of Friday night drinks? We have an online meetup with our team. It's once a fortnight on a Thursday afternoon, and we hang out for 90 minutes on a big Google Meet. We play games. Sometimes they watch movies. Sometimes there's activities that the HR team works out. That's basically our time to goof off, enjoy time together. We'll often give the team like a budget for them to buy, whether it's beer or pizza or food or dinner or whatever they want, and we all just basically hang out as a team and spend social time together. For a team, our team, who don't see each other unless it's like once a year when we do our team meetups, they are devoid of that human contact with their team members. Now, what you miss out on is walking to the coffee shop together to get a coffee and having some idle social chit chat. What they miss out on is going out to the pub on Friday night and having a drink together as a team and, getting a little bit loose and getting into those social conversations. So it's really important that you find ways to recreate those social rituals in a virtual way. Now, we'll use some of our Google tools to make that happen as well. You can see here on the right, we've got some pretty sexy looking scrapbooky type things. This is using Google Jamboard. And Google Jamboard is an online whiteboarding tool which lets team members collaborate. And so down the bottom, I think it was show off your favorite foods from your city. And then up the top there, that looks like some kind of accountability chart around food, I think. But all I can see is pizzas and hamburgers. So I don't know how well they're going. Don't know how well they're going with that one. Okay. So the next thing that you miss out on when you go virtual is effective one-on-ones. Usually in an office, you'll get pretty ample opportunity for managers to check in with their team and have little one-on-ones. Whether that's walking to the cafe together, whether that's just jumping into a meeting room quickly together and having a quick little chat, whether that's working on a project together and you're in a meeting room and as a manager you can say, hey, everyone can go, but Bob, I want you to wait behind, and you just have those little one-on-one chit-chat moments with your team. They can fall by the wayside when you are working remotely, because what tends to happen is you shift from a lot of idle and spontaneous conversations with your team to being very disciplined and deliberate when you are actually scheduling meetings. So what your calendar will probably end up looking like, which is, something like my calendar here, let me zoom in a little bit so you can see, is I've got lots of meetings scheduled back to back on my day and not many gaps. And what ends up happening there is you end up with your situation being that there is less and less time for those idle catch-ups. And what tends to be missed is the personal one-on-one time. And so it's very important to actually schedule personal one-on-one time. It's not as spontaneous as being in an office together, but it is still very important. Scheduling your personal one-on-one time means you can deliberately ask the questions. How are you going? How's your family? How are you doing in your role? What's going on outside of work right now? How's your mum? How's your brother? All of those kind of questions that you would normally naturally have happen in an office, but maybe forgotten when you move to just showing up for meetings that are scheduled and otherwise, going about your work by yourself. If you like this content, please hit subscribe and hit the bell notification so you can be notified when we go live or drop new content on the channel. Now, if you'd like to connect with us, hit us up on social media or join our free community group. All the links to that are right below this video. If you'd like to learn more about Google Workspace and the technology ecosystem, you can join our free Genius Academy by transferring your billing across to itGenius. Or you can join a Workspace Basics Bootcamp. Now, if you're a business owner and you're interested in an audit on your technology stack or your Workspace account, or you're looking to do a project in the tech world, well, you can take advantage of our free consultation. And if you need help right now, then consider joining Concierge or taking up a quick fix with our team for professional support for your tech stack.